Our oceans have become more and more crucial to our interdependent society. They are the very source of supplies for millions across the world. As environmental issues plague our world, our oceans suffer more and more each day. But what can we do? People might think of the traditional ways, not littering in the ocean or donating to causes that save the turtles. But there is so much more to it. Some organizations are taking extreme measures to protect the ocean and provide rescue for the marine life that resides there. Since PADI Aware Foundation was founded, they have led numerous initiatives and projects contributing to the conservation of our oceans. PADI highlights the importance of marine protected areas, which it plans to protect by creating a network of environmental and marine advocates and lovers around the globe. We recently had the opportunity to speak with Emma Daffern, a PADI Corporate Social Responsibility Specialist, and Jack Fisherman, a PADI Aware Community Conservation Officer.
When you get in the ocean, you come face to face with a completely new world and all this life, and I really believe that it changes you. It's so special, and there's no other way that I'm aware of that you can step away from everything that you know and suddenly find yourself face to face with a little fish or a coral just going about their business quietly with absolutely no awareness of the world above the surface or all the stuff that we have going on in the human world. Literally no one else on the planet at that moment knows that this fish is existing apart from you, and it's just you and this little being that's just as alive as you are, and you're like looking them in the eyes and you're having this really special moment. It's magical, and I think it really humbles you and reminds you that we are just part of nature ourselves, and we owe nature some respect, and we need to make an effort to coexist.
I went on vacation and we went to the same place year after year, actually an island in the Caribbean called Bonaire. And in 1999, there was this coral head that I would always see when I was snorkeling. And then as I became more prudent, as I became a diver, I had more opportunities year after year to interact with the same coral head, the same reef system. And as a young kid, what I started to see was that coral head that was once so big started to get a little smaller, started to change in color year after year. In fact, some of the fish that I was very much used to seeing, even very much the same exact species of French angelfish. There was this one that had a broken beak, so he was very easy to identify. And 1 year no longer was there this French angelfish with a broken beak. And these are questions and kind of separations of gaps in information that a young kid doesn't have all the answers to, but it made me ask questions. It made me ask, why is this coral head a different color this year? Why is this reef system different than what I saw last year?
With the use of citizen science data and project funding, PADI Aware hopes to save at least 5% of coral reef habitats. PADI has also begun numerous initiatives to tackle climate change directly through research as well as action.
So the way we want to achieve that is by looking inwards at PADI as an organisation and our supply chain, and look at ways that we can develop tools and understand our footprint and achieve carbon neutrality across the whole network and the supply chain by 2030. So when we think about carbon offsetting, we always think about trees, or at least I used to always think about trees, like planting trees to offset your flight, stuff like that. If you're a diver or you like the ocean, seagrass and mangroves should be your calling. Seagrass habitats are 35 times more effective than the same square footage of Amazon rainforest at sequestering carbon. And they also are the foundation of life in our coral reefs. So if you're a diver and you like going to a coral reef and you like seeing fish and a whole load of biodiversity, those creatures, that marine life is relying on the mangroves and the seagrass for nourishment, for protection when they're juvenile fish. There's so many values of these ecosystems. They're kind of like a triangle, and the coral reef is just one part of that triangle. So we really want to support mission hubs and dive centres and recreational divers out there to learn more about blue carbon, learn how to gather citizen science data about the health and the location and the threats to different blue carbon habitats globally, and then be able to get involved in restoration.
Not only is the PADI team looking to expand the diving community, they're looking for more individuals to become torchbearers.
And the vision of PADI and PADI Aware is to create that balance between humanity and the ocean. And it's amazing when you say it like that, because a balance between humanity and the ocean is a true testament to divers who are ambassadors of the ocean, who go underwater and make a difference. So part of that definition there to achieve balance is by creating torchbearers. And again, torchbearers is a simple definition of someone like yourselves who's taking action by featuring work in conservation, not just in our industry, but again, as we were talking about, many others. But torchbearers are people who can take action for the community, take action for conservation. And in this context, we're hoping to create 1 billion of them to not only expand the work that we're doing in conservation, but commit to that as well.
We continue to learn about the main goals that PADI Aware has set for the next few years, starting off with reducing marine debris throughout the world's oceans.
Ongoing projects, the main one, number one, is the Dive Against Debris program. So around the world, there's more than 90,000 PADI divers and torchbearers that have already been involved in reporting more than 2 million pieces of marine debris and aided 10,000 plus entangled marine animals. So it's already an incredibly massive movement. It's the world's leading database of marine debris.
Certain marine species are most vulnerable in the modern age and are not being protected as they should be. PADI Aware is working to change that, starting with mako sharks.
The mako shark is the world's fastest shark. It's also endangered. It's vulnerable right now due to kind of overfishing and policies that don't protect the mako shark. So if you want to support that, go to padi.com/take-action and you can see the Make a Shark program there and get involved wherever you are on the planet. Whether you're a diver or not, you can support that initiative, and we really want you to.
As we spoke with Jack, he shared one of his most impactful stories with us.
I was at a local dive center, and I was just having a chat with the owner. The dive instructor comes running in with the student. The student is, all red in the face. They're all safe. They have all their gear. They're fine. And that's obviously our first question. Are you guys okay? And they're like, oh my gosh, we're fine. We're going to believe this. There's a pufferfish stuck in the water in a net, and it's trying to get free. And we wanted to end the dive because it was the right, safe thing to do. We need help. What are we going to do? And you see just the consternation on the face of the instructor. And upon hearing this news, I was wearing about what you see here. And in talking with the manager, within one look, we just looked at each other and we were like, we're going to do this, aren't we? And we're like, yes, we are going to put tanks on right now. We put all our gear on. I'm wearing clothes. I'm like, don't even care. This is not important. What we need to do is get in there as effectively as possible and find it. And so the instructor comes in a snorkel gear to show us where it is. And the manager and I are down there and we encounter this pufferfish. And sure enough, he is, entangled in a net, not completely trapped, but just at the point where he's trying to get away, and we're doing everything we can to assess the scene. Well, thankfully, that instructor, if they hadn't have gotten there with the level of enthusiasm and urgency they had, we were able to go underwater, approach very slowly so the animal didn't feel any more stress than it already had to. And as a result of those actions, between the manager holding it still and I was able to cut it free until the pufferfish just slowly deflated himself, gave us a little look, and then swam back into his hole, and we saved him. And honestly, if that doesn't speak on how urgent and how excited and how ready, dive professionals can be to take action. Sometimes it happens right when you're in the middle and you won't even expect it. But the question is are you going to stand by and let something like that happen? Or are you going to get in the water and pull clothes and do something about it. And to me, that was just one of the most joyful moments I had. Not only just being able to save the animal, but seeing the manager in full pants and clothes be able to just quickly turn it on. This is the priority right now. Nothing else matters. And we knew whatever else we were discussing could wait until we addressed the immediate action on the table.
If you're hearing this and you're involved with any sort of conservation or ocean saving action, please get in touch with me at torchbearer@padi.com. Whether you're a professional diver and you have been for years and you have your own program going on, or you've just done your first dive ever and you just loved it and you want to know how you can get involved, there's a place for you in the Torchbearer community, no matter who you are, and we need everyone if we're going to save the ocean.
That's what I want to leave on, is just, I know there's a lot of crazy things going on in this world right now. It would be crazy not to even say that. But at the same time, there's so much that we can do and there's so much to be excited about. And really the better word is hopeful. And this level of ocean optimism is really important to me. I think it speaks highly to those who are in the water. And I know everyone goes through challenges, but as you can see, there's lots of ways to raise the bar. And I'm just so excited to see what happens in the future, not just with this community, but the world at large.
Both Emma and Jack said how vital their experiences with the ocean were to their current involvement and passion for ocean conservation. Working with PADI Aware, they have been able to continue their work giving back under the non-profit. PADI's work will pave the way for protecting our oceans for years to come. And we hope that you take the time to check them out, visit their website, and support however you can.